Because the paper is so damp, you can even come back in quite a bit later and pull paint off. You know, which ordinarily in watercolor, you got a few seconds to do that. Here you have minutes. So it's very forgiving.
How long does it stay wet?
A couple hours. Now after the first hour, you know, things start to dry a little quicker and the process gets more like you're working with dry paper, but not really dry. So it still gives you an advantage for another hour. Okay, I'm going to bring the water down. So we're right in here. That's really the cobalt. I don't want cerulean in there too. Water is fun to paint. It's an amazing thing. Water, you know, it's transparent, it's opaque, it's reflective, it's multicolored. And in real life, it's always changing. You know, you try and paint plein air, and it makes it difficult sometimes, because it's moving so much. So I'm just going to block it in here. But this is a nice technique to work the water because it, like I say, it's very forgiving and it gives you time to blend and add color. And plus, if you're one who likes to use salt, it's gives you more time to work that effect. Where normally, whenever you put salt on a watercolor, if you put it on too soon, it disappears into the paint. If you put it on too late, it won't have any effect at all. And sometimes, depending on the particular pigment, it won't be affected by the salt. So you have to study your pigments and do some experimenting to make sure that it will work with salt. Because I've done it and I thought, man, I did everything right. Why didn't it have the effect? And came to find out it was the pigment that was creating the problem. Okay, that's bad. Okay. Now, some of these colors that Joe had, I really liked. I'm going to use them for the trees. The trees in my photograph, obviously, are just green, nothing special. But I thought I'd do some special things here with it. Well, one thing I was going to do with my sky is I wanted to add a little bit of reddish color to the bottom here. Yeah, a little pinkish cast. I might put some up in here too. I don't know. See, you can actually pull pigment off if you want. All right, that was all. Down here too a little bit.
Do you have a reference photo up there?
I do.
Somewhere.
It's in here somewhere.
Sorry.
Where did I put it? Oh, I think I see it. There it is. There it is.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I could use the yellow and greens and just do that, but
3 pallets.
I don't know. I might. Okay.
That's a reference, yeah. I saw that. I saw that.
As you know, in watercolor, you will have a great difference in the wet intensity and then the dry intensity. You will lose probably 2 values where you have a value scale of 1 to 10 in terms of dark to light, white to black. You'll probably lose 2 values in the process of drying, and particularly when you're doing it with this technique. So you want to make sure that the intensity of your color is where you would like it to end up 2 shades lighter.
Don't be scared if it looks too dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do if you don't finish it all at the same time? You want to go back, say like a day later?
Go back
Yeah.
after it's dry? Oh yeah, you can. You just you won't want to saturate your paper again,
Right,
because that would affect all the paint that you have on your paper,
right.
and probably wouldn't look very good. But yeah, I painted over the paintings. The demo I did for Lago Art, the background trees weren't dark enough, so I painted over top of that and darkened them up when I got it
What
home.
if you can finish a part of the painting? You want-
Yeah, that too. You can. You can wet an area just like you would ordinarily and do wet and wet
Okay.
and get that effect. Okay, let's go.
I don't know if Jean's there. I'm gonna be.
That's a good palette, Jim.
How about it?
That's a good palette.
Are you sure you want it there?
Oh, I'm shaking here. I don't know what happened. Got nervous.
Yeah, did you see it? I can see it. Oh. It's got a good color. The way he has it, I like that way the palette is. The reds and the yellow all together. Oh, that's good. Everybody has their own way. Does anyone have the Cheap Joe's catalog brochure?
Over there.
Those greens are beautiful, Jill.
Hmm.
Look at that. This is different.
All right. Moving right along.
Red.
For a picture that size, Jim, how long would you say realistically it would take to paint?
What's that?
A picture that size in a watercolor?
Oh, I spend anywhere from 2 hours to 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's more.
2 hours would be the minimum is what I
It's
would
more
say.
more the subject than,
Okay.
That's a full,
Yeah.
that's a full sheet. Yeah.
it's more about how complicated is the subject.
Yeah, but he's still could take a long time to reach. It's not a quarter sheet or half sheet.
I got a tree here I want to
Half sheet would take less, but.
put in real
smaller
quick.
detail. Ratio of